On the outskirts of Las Vegas, Nevada, one gardener decided to install wetlands to help treat household wastewater. These plants are really doing well. How long have they been here?
Well, we started this project in 1998, and we use a drip system on the plants that are in the yard. We just have the whole front yard as a flower bed, actually. And part of the drip system goes into our constructed wetlands on the other side of the yard.
So the water's coming from there to here.
Well, it goes through a gravity feed over to the leach field, and so these plants all benefit from the leach field that we have under there.
How did you choose to do constructed wetlands?
Well, I have some incredibly interesting friends that live in New Mexico, and they had a constructed wetlands. And before we had a yard, they just insisted that I have one too. And we started on a very interesting trek of getting one built, because it had not been done before. We're the first residential constructed wetlands in Nevada.
So it's really an experimental system.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But it has been a tremendous success.
Did you have any help building this constructed wetland?
We certainly did. We didn't have any idea where to start. And so our first call was to the Cooperative Extension in Nevada, where I was so fortunate to meet M.L. Robinson.
I'd like to see what ML has done.
Okay, he's right over in the wetlands.
ML, how'd you come to be involved in a constructed wetland in Nevada?
Well, it seems like an unlikely place, doesn't it, Curtis? But deserts are excellent places for constructed wetlands because we are losing wetlands throughout the country, especially in our drier southwest. And so it provides wildlife habitat, but it also helps us to recycle and reuse water. This whole area in front of this home is a research area. We're looking at not only drought and water efficient plants, but also plant material that will work in a constructed wetlands.
And how is this constructed?
Well, it's very simple. You know, when we think of wetlands, we think of swamps and maybe even alligators and snakes and lots of flowing water. But a constructed wetland can be as simple as a hole in the ground with liners that are impervious to the water so it doesn't leak into the groundwater or into the surrounding areas. And all we did here was we laid out 20-foot pieces of PVC pipe in a square, dug a hole 4 feet deep, and then lined it with sand. And then on top of the sand, a underlining of material that helps prevent punctures, and then an impervious liner. And then filled it with various grades and sizes of gravel for the sewer water or wastewater to flow through. We pump from the second settling tank in the septic tank directly over here for filtration.
Okay, and the plants are working to help improve the water.
Right, absolutely, and you can grow almost anything. We've chosen mostly aquatic plants, but any type of plant, because it's almost like a hydroponic system. You have all the nutrients in there, as well as other attributes of the water that we're filtering through.
And what plants do you have that are working really well here?
We have a great variety of plants in here, Curtis. A lot of aquatic plants such as the papyrus and the cannas, but you can virtually grow most anything in here because the water is always being oxygenated, so the roots of the plants will not suffer from rotting. And as long as you have oxygen in there, you're doing fine. We have cattails in here, the corkscrew willow that has been added for floral arrangements. We even have elephant ears, and it's kind of fun. You can grow most anything in here. Here is sand dune or beach sunflower from the southeastern United States around the Florida coast. It's a very xeric plant, but in here it does well.
And is it hard to get a permit to do this?
Well, permitting was what held us up, Curtis. Anything new and different can cause a wrench to go into the gears of bureaucracy, so to speak. It took us 18 months to answer your question to get the permit, and we finally brought in the engineer who had drawn up the plans, and he could speak the same language, and he walked in, and what took us 18 months, he walked in 30 minutes. We had the stamp of approval,
and here's the proof in the pudding.
Here's the proof, and we had a lot of goals that we were trying to accomplish. One was to show that a homeowner could do this themselves.
Well, I want to congratulate you. You've done a great job.
Thank you.
Regulations for installing constructed wetlands may vary from state to state. Contact your local extension office or state health department for more information.